Hey, what's good? Coach Colin Castell with Shot Mechanics Basketball, and today I'm going to teach you how to do the Damian Lillard push crossover move.
This video is brought to you by my guys over at East Bay, the home of exclusive sneaker colorways and unlimited gear possibilities, shot by sport, brand, or even signature player. And right now they have some killer discounts to go along with their everyday free shipping. So click the link in the description to snag the best hoops gear today.
All right, now one thing that we all know about Damian Lillard is he is super explosive in transition, and he's really good at getting his hips by his defenders. So what we're going to do today is we're going to teach you one of his signature moves that he uses to blow by guys a lot of times in those transition situations. But before we jump into it, I want you to click the top link in the description down below because our guys over at East Bay hooked you up with a free copy of my Damian Lillard Scoring School. So this is a free workout. It's going to kind of help you infuse Dame's game into yours, and it's brought to you by the Dame Force from Adidas and East Bay. So definitely click that link in the description down below, and you're going to want to check that out. So as we're jumping into the move, right, I talk about it's a transition move, meaning we're coming from half court and we're having a pretty fast pace, right? So this might be like a rebound outlet, might be a kick up, whatever it is, but we're coming down the court. Now the push crossover, you can go left to right to left, whatever you want, but the whole key is that we want to set it up first. And the idea with a push crossover is we're trying to slide our defender over and then we're trying to push it past so my hips can beat theirs as fast as I can. So the very first key on the setup that we want to do is we want to tilt our shoulders inward or the opposite way of the crossover first. So as I'm dribbling up the court, if I go to do a push crossover here, it's not going to be as effective because my shoulders are still going downhill, right? If I'm pushing this direction and then I start to tilt my shoulders inside, now that's going to slide my defender up so I can push crossover over the top. So key number one is we want to set it up with our shoulders and with our eyes, because if we can slide our defender up the lane just a little bit, it's going to open up that push crossover. You're going to have more speed going downhill. All right, so now that we set up the defender with our shoulders and our eyes a little bit, the next thing we want to do is use a rollover on our crossover. Now, a lot of times when you think about a crossover, everybody thinks about a really low crossover, right, where the ball's kind of below your knees. But with a push crossover, we're actually going to keep it high and probably above our waist. And the action that we call is the rollover. So as I'm coming through with my inside hand, when I get right here, I want to make sure that my hand doesn't get underneath the ball. It's at least on the side. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll my hand from the back of the ball over the top of the ball, and I'm going to push it out forward. So a lot of crossovers you think about controlling side to side. This crossover more as I kind of slow my momentum and sell my shoulders. I'm going to roll my hand over the top and push it. Now the reason why this works is a lot of times defenders, especially in transition, are sliding and they've got a hand right about here, right? Their hand a lot of times is right about at shoulder or at waist level. So as I come through, I can keep my speed up. If their hand's right here, I can roll the ball over the top and then push and go get it out, right? But again, the major key that you want to think about here is we can't palm the ball underneath. If we get our hand underneath the ball, it's going to be a carry, and they're going to call us for it pretty much every time. So it's really important that when you let this dribble come up, hands got to at least stay on the back of the ball, or you can even keep it a little on the top and then roll it over that direction too. So really, I can't stress enough, if you start palming the basketball underneath, they'll call you for it every time, and it's really, really apparent if it goes from the back to underneath. So again, it doesn't matter what direction or what hand we're using it with. When we set it up, I'm rolling over the top, pushing it out, and trying to get my hips past theirs as fast as I can. So now that I've hit that rollover, I've got that space from the defender, now it's time to beat them. Now the key here is I want to explode out of that rollover, and I want to attack their hips. And what I mean by that is, wherever the defender's standing, when I hit this roll over the top, I want to make a straight line attack towards the basket, and I want to get my hips right on theirs, right? So however low their hips are, I want to try to get my hips lower, and I want to try to get my hips past theirs as soon as I can, right? What a lot of times players do with this move is they come out, they feel a little pressure from the D, they get scared, and they roll it out this direction rather than towards the hoop, right? So if I roll it away from the hoop, now that allows them to slide, and it gives them time to cut me off before I can get to the basket. So really think about, as soon as I roll this over, I'm bam, trying to attack their hip with my hip, try to slide by as fast as you can, and then that way you've got the angle to get to the basket and finish, pull up, shoot a jumper, whatever you got to do. So once you hit that rollover, you really got to fire past those hips as fast as you can. All right, if this video helped you out, go ahead and hit that like button, and then hit the comment section down below and let me know what sort of player move you want to see us break down next. This channel is for the people, by the people, and we run pretty much everything off request, so leave it down below and hopefully we'll get to it. And do not forget, if you want that free copy of the Dame Dolla Scoring School, courtesy of our guys over at East Bay and the Damian Lillard 4, then all you got to do is click the link in the description down below and get free access today. It's a great way to kind of infuse Dame's game into yours, so I highly recommend you check that out. Again, I'm Coach Colin Castell with Shot Mechanics Basketball. Thanks for watching, and until next time, splash on.